Tonight we are honoring Frank Guzzo, who began his career in the county in 1975. And I'm not going to read the whole resolution because it goes through his much of his entire illustrious career, and there's just too much to read into the record. But I thought that maybe each of the freeholders might want to have an opportunity to make some remarks, so we'll start and work down.
I don't know why he started this way. Nobody goes to the right rather than the left. That's fine. That's fine. You know, I've been a freeholder now for 18 years, and I can truly tell you that one of the first directors that I worked with was Frank Guzzo. Now, Frank is a gentleman that has always had similar type motivations in life as I have, in terms of people who traditionally don't have a voice. That's what Frank is all about. Ensuring that individuals who have needs in our community, and you see this, you know, we have gone through, at least in my last 18 years here, where we had the economy down to the floor and we had a high number of unemployment rates and people homeless, the foreclosure process and everything else. It's one of those things that I know that I truly, or the County of Union can truly count on Frank to ensure that he's there helping us getting these projects done. Issues such as the homeless, and that's very special to me because Frank and I work very closely together for Code Blue, which became the first county in the country to actually establish Code Blue, which means that anybody who is out in the streets in the winter months when the temperature hits 32 degrees, the county's there through the help of the police and local law enforcement to pick up the individuals and make sure they get to a shelter. And after that, the next morning, is how we can help these individuals to ensure that this doesn't happen anymore. And that happens in reality here in Union County. There are many things that I can truly say about Frank, and I don't, you guys got about an hour for me, or no, I don't think so. But listen, if there's something or someone who's going to be missed, is my buddy Frank. I consider him a buddy because I call him, he's on speed dial. And tonight, I'm not going to roast you, Frank. I'm only going to say all the great things that you have done, and I'm sure my colleagues will be the same. And we're honored to have your children here as well, so we're holding back. All right, and let me just have Linda have something to say, because I'll say something in my last comments.
Thank you so much. I have to agree with you, Freeholder Estrada. You know, Frank has truly, over the 40 some odd years, okay, let me just look at 40, and over his span here at the county, has truly been a tremendous asset. When you look at individuals, and as a teacher, I tell my students, and, you know, I teach business courses. In today's world, you're going to start your career and you will probably have a 95% chance that you will not end that career with that first job that you start. So it's, you know, you're working, you might work 10 years, but they have so many opportunities ahead of them. But just like Frank has made a true career out of this and has done a job that I think he's touched every aspect in the county, continues to touch it. And you know what, I don't think that our youth are going to get that same type of experience. So you might be one in a lifetime at this point. What do you think? There's so many things that he has done, and since I've been on this board, I knew Frank even prior to coming on the board, doing things in the city of Plainfield, you know, and having had his mark and the things that he does and helping the community. It was so natural that, you know what, I knew just where to go when I get that phone call at, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning. I could, okay, let me get back to you. And Frank would always answer or somehow get back to me to be able to help someone. So I thank you, Frank, you know, for your knowledge, your expertise in helping me also, especially when I first got on this board. But I also want to take an opportunity to thank your family. Because just like there's times when you've had to walk away from them to be able to help those residents here in the county, and you did it willingly. And they were the ones, you know what, that did not have you there. And it might have been a special moment, but truly, they knew that you were doing what you love to do and things that you'll continue to do in the community. So thank you so much for what you've given, and thank you to your family.
Thank you, Linda. And I also expressed my appreciation to Frank. He has run the county's biggest department for a very long time, and those of us who have been out there through the night in Code Blue,
Yes.
checking nights, know that it's not just the legislators and the people, up at these levels that know Frank, but the people who need help on the ground, they know you too, Frank. So, and you're the only one who can fully explain the area plan. And we are going to miss you, but we wish you well with whatever you choose to do next. But we know that we can always check in with you when we get stuck on something. So thanks, Frank, and best of luck with everything. Thanks also to your family.
Frank, when I began to come to this board and to be a member of this board, I heard so much about you. And I want to say to you tonight that I'd like to thank you for what you've done for the residents of Union County, and also for residents who are not in Union County, but you continue to do that. And I wish you much success and enjoy that freedom that you're getting, so that you don't have to be at a certain place at a certain time in Union County. And again, thank you.
Freeholder Estrada said he wouldn't roast you, so I will. Somebody's got to do it. Right?
I told you,
It should-
Frank. I told you.
It shouldn't go without mentioning that Mr. Guzzo, Director Guzzo, has been working at the county longer than 3 of us freeholders have been alive. Kudos to you. Deserved and retirement is overdue, right? I guess when the lights came on to this place, you turned them on. Too much? All right, I'll stop. No, but in all honesty, you make us look good, and it's been a joy being a freeholder, and our desire to help people and help the community, and get a phone call from a mayor or a resident or anyone when they need something done, when someone's in trouble. Who do you go to? You go to Frank Guzzo, and he gets it fixed, period. He says, I'll call you back, I'll handle it. And that's the type of support that you need when you're in a position like this, right? Someone who actually gets the job done. And this is no joke, but I'm sure that when he started, his department was not the size that it is now. I'm sure over years of attrition of a competent person running a department, he probably got, I'm sure that's the truth, right? Got more and more responsibilities, and I'm really, really sad to see you go, but I know it's time for you to. I'm gonna miss watching you. Your cool swagger and slow saunter up to the podium. One time, I actually did an impersonation of him doing that. I'm not going to do it for you here today, but it was really cool. It was really cool, and he really appreciated it. His ability to answer any question that you have. He knows. He knows his stuff, and knows everything about the county, and it's been a joy working with you. Thank you so much for all that you've taught me personally. And I know we'll keep in touch. All right, cheers to you.
Frank, not only as the youngest freeholder, but also as the newest, you're somebody who I've relied on plenty of times. Best looking too, okay. I think Fear the College remarked on that one, best looking too. But you're somebody who I've relied on plenty of times, somebody who I've had lunches with, met up after work, somebody who I value truly, because you're somebody who truly embodies what somebody is when it comes to making sure you put others before yourself. You're somebody who dedicated your whole entire life to making sure that the residents of Union County are always better off, and making sure that whatever services are needed to be provided to them, you made sure you found a way to make it happen. There's plenty of times when many others said it couldn't be done, and you found a way. And that's something that's going to be truly missed by the County of Union, missed by the Freeholder Board, and most importantly, missed by me. So thank you for your service, and you truly always be with us in our hearts.
Thank you, freeholders. Frank, come on up here. To someone who truly is what I promised.
Don't worry, this is not long at all. Just a couple quick things. In 1975, I took a civil service exam and took a job. I took a job up in Berkeley Heights at the old Reynolds Hospital, working as a children's supervisor. And I worked for a while in that, and I guess 3 or 4 or 5 years later, I did such a great job, I got called into the superintendent's office and said that I was going to receive a promotion. And they moved me from then working the 12 to 8 shift to the 4 to 12 shift with no weekends off. That began what was a pattern in my career in Union County, I think. That's not a complaint. That is something that I've always asked. County manager can attest to that. Anytime that there is a project or something that I thought I wanted to get my hands on or into, I willingly did it. I love what I do. I love it today with 2 weeks left. I will love it after I leave. You get touched by many people and things in your life. And things happen randomly, I think, at times. So I took a job in 1990 here in the administration building on a whim for then the county manager, who was Ann Barron. And I ended up working with her, and within 7 months she got called to be the acting county manager and left me sort of in charge of a department I really knew little about. But that's when the job turned into my life's work, because then I realized what the impact can be for the people that need us the most. And I'll say this, and I've always said this, in the Department of Human Services, in particular, as other departments do, this is why government exists. It exists to help people that need us. And I can say I've taken shots over things that have happened, I've gotten accolades, but it's never been about what I do. It's about the men and women that make up, that are 800 in the department, that come in every day and do their jobs and care about the citizens in terms of what their needs are. I want to thank this board because, and the county manager, for giving me the ability to just pick projects and do them. That's a rare thing. You've had the support, I've got your support, and I've always had your confidence. And you've listened. And I can say this because as Freeholder Jala said, I've been here forever. But understand, when I started, I was hired by Democrats. It then switched to all 9-0 Republicans. I worked every 3 to 6 years. It switched from control of Democrats to Republicans. Now, of course, we're all Democrats. There is one common thread that has worked through all of that, and that is any time people needed something in Union County, and I came to the board, I got it. So there's a lesson here, and it's a lesson that perhaps higher governments should take today, and how people can work together for the common good. And that's what happens here all the time. My job has always been very simple, and it's been to give my staff the tools that they need to help people in the community. And they've always done that. You've always done that. And I can't thank you enough for all of that. Finally, you've got men and women department heads. I know what you do. You have to be a department head to understand how it affects you and the stress and everything you go through on a daily basis. They make it look easy, but it's not easy for any of them. And as you know, I've done it longer than anyone else. I guess that's probably it for me. The only thing I'm going to say, someone already stole my thunder, there's going to be someone that follows me. And my goal has always been to be a mentor and try to help them, but I can't do that because they're not here. But I can leave them with, I can leave a couple things and finally answer a couple questions that I keep getting asked all the time. So number one, it was already said, the area plan means the area in Union County. So that's number one, because that gets asked a lot. The second question that gets asked quite a bit is, why do we have to match grants all the time? And so I'm going to answer that question. I know that Director Taylor has done it on occasion. I've tried. I'm going to do it one more time. If you take $100 and invest it in a bank and get $100 back, that's an investment. And everyone would like 100% return on their dollars. On a matching grant, if you have $100 and you get $100, give $100 back, you now can invest that in human beings. That's why you match grants. So I hope that clears it up. I'm sure it won't, but I've done my best again. I've done my best again to try to make sure people understand it. So with that said, thank you all. Thank you so much. I'm going to miss you all.